Howdy folks, welcome back to Constracktion. We're on map 2, and I'm going to do this easy mode. I'm still learning, and this map is a whole other ball game. See if I can get the, oh yeah, space. The controls. I'm still trying to get used to the controls. I've learned a few things. So you can use Q and E to go back and forth. And then if you hold spacebar, you can use the mouse scroll wheel. Not intuitive at all, but that does work. So what we got on this map, you can see on the map there we have 2 ore mines and 2 coal mines, and then in the lower left we have a steel mill. So we've got to get all those connected up, and we start with kind of the same basic track configuration we had on the other map. We got a Y over there, little garage. Got my track layer out here. I've been running around putting down these markers. So you can put these down, and that gets you the height. So I've been putting some down. Keep wanting to do shift for running. That doesn't work. I need to get rid of some of these. So I think we can do that by going back to marker. When that one's highlighted, scroll down, scroll up. There we go. Just scroll the mouse wheel till stuff happens. That's kind of how I get things to go. So I think we'll kind of come out along that ridge and then over. That's the plan anyway. There we go. Thought it might be a little much to do hard mode on this map the first try. If I look this way, I can see the steel mill over there on the right. If I look there, I can't see it. It's a pretty common thing in games. Has to do with geometry. So let's give this a whirl. Let's see if we can get over here to Ore Mine West, which you can see is kind of down over there. It's down, if I remember right, it's down about 16 feet-ish. The other one's up there on that plateau. I'm assuming we have to go that direction and then across. This will likely be a multi-part video series for map 2 because it is a beast. So let's get over on grade. Actually, can I set my minimum radius to 200 feet for now? Put that on grade. Then I can use the keyboard to actually drive the train. And where was the marker? There's the marker. Let's head out this way straight for a bit and see how we get along. It's doing stuff back there. When you're in an external view, you can use W and S to zoom in and out. But you have to hold down before it really does anything. So it doesn't seem like it's doing anything, but it will. Alright, and then I can steer with J and L. So let's kind of... I gotta get it unsnapped. Let's kind of meander out this way. And then I want my grade... start coming down a bit. We can get a little power going here. Yeah, let's head out towards those markers. We're gonna have to take a bit of a turn when we get out there. I'm not sure. I wish we had a elevation reading on this thing. That would be handy. We need more map planning tools for sure. That would help a great deal. Hey, we're looking back here. We're kind of building out. Let's go down to 1%. The land has fallen off. a lot faster than we are descending. Let's go all the way to 2%. Then let's start curving. Slow down too much. Thing's a little hard to control. Yeah, that's our minimum. A little dusty down here. We'll have to see. I don't know if we're going to end up at the right elevation or not. Looks like it removes the markers once you get close to them. That's kind of handy. Let's go to our minimum radius here. We'll definitely have to set up some speed signs for the AI. Let's go back to level here. So we do have to get up with that. I'm not sure what level that's at. May have overdone the grade a little bit. I sense some removing track in my future. Alright, let's come back over to straight. Looks fairly reasonable from here. Just have to see how close we are to getting lined up. Alright, speaking of getting lined up, let's get lined up with the track here. I feel like we're low, but I can't quite tell. Okay, we got the ILS. We're on glide slope. It's really hard to tell, like, where you are. Yeah, I think we're low. So I may want to come back and get rid of some of that grade. Yeah, we're going to be quite a bit too low, it looks like. Yep, for sure. Alright, let's stop that. Well, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. So I want to come over to that and remove track, or that, switch direction. Set it back on normal, and then we can start backing up. Okay, good. It did disconnect from the industry. So we need to start flattening out back around this curve to get lined up a little better. And we may have to use passing tracks since there's multiple things all going to the steel mill. Don't know if that works or not. I'll have to test on foot if they're available on this map. Otherwise, I think there's do not enter signs. So you could probably do passing sightings that way. Just have the train always take the right-hand side. Depending on which direction they're going. I think right before we enter this curve, we need to level out. So that's my plan. We'll see if that gets us where we need to be. I like how we can actually make cuts and fills. That is awesome. Something people always wanted to do in Railroads Online. Make cuts. And, well, you could kind of make fills. Alright, let's come to a stop. That's set back up. And then top off. Whoa. You'll see what this is at. Height-wise. I thought I put a marker down here. Did it delete it? Nope, it's still there. So the industry ground is it's negative. The negative sign is up above. Negative 16.8. Okay, let's see where we're at back here at the work terrain. It's gonna be a little tricky because we've already cut into the ground. Okay, yeah, so that's just about right. We need to come down one more foot. Oh, you can also just click. When this is highlighted, just left click with your mouse. FYI, didn't know that. Okay, so grade. I think we were coming down at maybe 1%. So we'll go down at 0.5% just for a little bit. We just need to get down another foot. Then we're going to switch that back to level grade. All right, let's come back to level. And we'll just head over to the, it's the ore mine west. It's like by connecting to it, I leveled it up to level 1. Interesting. There we go, got into second gear. You need to steer this. I'm going to try to follow the path I laid before, so it kind of fixes the ground maybe. Kind of looks like it's supposed to be here, maybe. Now, one problem is we don't have the little guidance pillars that were out here because they got covered up by ground. So we'll just have to eyeball it. Didn't come back in quick enough. That was pretty bad. It's gonna be the most crooked piece of track west of the Pecos. Yeah, I think we're pretty much on track. Pun intended. Alright, how bad is this? Yeah, it's pretty decent there. And we nailed the height. The wiggling around, not the best. We nailed the height. Okay, I don't think it'll spawn a train because there's no full path to the steel mill yet, just yet. Actually, I wish there was a key to hop off. Marker, and then if I scroll up, there we go. Get rid of that. Unavailable. Yeah, we can't do signals. We can put in... Oh, no, we can't use those either, huh? Oh, we can. So we can use those for the passing sightings, I think. That's my plan, anyway. Alright, full speed ahead. Back to the depot. Actually, back to the Y. We need to turn on the Y. Sadly, no horn on the construction train. Never noticed those before. Are those lights? Yeah, I'm not sure what those are. Alright, while I'm here, I do want to put down some speed control signs. So as it's coming out of there... I'm forgetting I can go the other direction. We want to set this to... probably 10 through that curve. Then we'll have the other one. We can set that back to 25 as it comes out of the curve. That to 15. That's a 10. I think that's what I had the other one, right? Yep. Making some funny noises back there. Oh, 10 might be... Is 10 gonna work? I think we'll try it with 10. Might have to lower that down a little bit. You know, I should probably just leave... Should probably just leave these. There's no need to speed up. We'll just keep this whole thing 10 through here. Let's get rid of these markers as well. Don't need those anymore. Nope. Darn it. I don't know what the thought process was behind this control system. Maybe it was meant to be played on a controller or something. It's just very strange. Alright, let's set you to 10 here. And then you can highball once you hit this point. I actually don't know what the... They can only go so fast without the super fuel. I don't know. I don't know what that speed is. Let's set it to 40. I don't know that they can go that fast, but if they can, we'll allow it. Okay, so if I click on here, there we are. Backwards, ho! See if we can maybe get to the steel mill this episode. It's probably going to be a long one. So I want to get over to switch because I want to be able to throw that Y switch when we get back there because we got to turn around and head the other direction. Yeah, I think 10's the right call through there. It's pretty sharp. I did limit it to 200, but that's a pretty sharp grade. Yeah, we are shifting up through the gears. Good deal. All right, this is going to be kind of boring. Let me get this thing turned around, and we'll start heading for the steel mill. Okay, I just speed ran over here to the steel mill, and it's basically the same height above the station as the ore mine is below. 16.8 feet on the nose. The station is at 0.4 where the track starts, so we need to climb 16.8 feet. So not much of a grade because we lost 16 feet, you know, just going to the ore mine at like 1%. So we don't need much of a grade. So what we need to do is try to kind of follow the land. Uh-oh, where am I? Oh, we're going over this way. All right, here we are. Whee! There we go. So you can see there it says 0.4. So yeah, we just kind of need to follow the land. We're going to have to use a lot of fill, though, I think. It's going to take some experimentation. Maybe I should do a little bit of prospecting. So if we were to turn and come out over here, like where are we at by this bush? Yeah, see there we're 6.8. Two feet. Oops. Oh, these controls are so clumsy. I'm slowly getting used to them. There we go. So that's about roughly level. So if we aim for there-ish. Then we'll have to probably put some fill across here. Which we're in easy mode, so that doesn't matter right now. If we were doing hard mode, it would be... we'd have to be much more careful about getting dirt and using dirt. So we'll kind of come for here. I'm just winging it. And if we were to climb along here, how are we looking over here on this hill? Where are we at? Yeah, see, we're too high here, so we need to... Oh, that's a lot of elevation change. If we kind of hug this here, we need to be around 16 feet-ish. Put in some fill here. Something like that. Then at that point, we need to kind of stay level. Let's see if we can make that happen. Whee! Okay, let's rock and roll. Construction, we're in laying track. Let's try for gentle curves on this part. Let's go with a 500-foot minimum radius. It doesn't give us much to work with, so I might have to undo that. But let's try it. This first curve. Yeah, this first curve probably has to be more like 300. So let's make a curve, and then we can start climbing on a straightaway, maybe across that valley. But that may be way too much fill. We'll have to see how it works out. All right, we are in track laying mode. Should be good to go. Let's do it. All right, so we have a 300-foot radius. Let's go ahead and lean into that. Okay, let's go ahead and start up a little bit. Back to straight. We did 0.5% all the way. I don't know if that would get us where we need to be, height-wise. On fill, yeah. Now we're going to start heading into the massive amounts of fill. All right, let's start curving. It's not a terrible amount of fill. I could see where the other marker was. I think we needed to kind of follow that ridge out. Going too fast. There, I can see the other marker now. All right, back to straight. That doesn't look too bad so far. I don't know if we're going to end up at the right height, but it looks good. I think we're a little low, possibly. Just eyeballing it to that next marker. Maybe not. Yeah, probably just a little bit low. We got to start turning here too. So this will be a slow section. We got to get transferred over to this other ridge wall. Yeah, I think we might end up a little bit low. Let's just ride it out and we'll see where we end up using the 0.5% grade. Yeah, we're still, looks like a few feet low, maybe. A couple feet low. If we need to, we can rip up some track along this last section and even it out. Yeah, that's a lot of cut, isn't it? We'd have a massive amount of dirt to get rid of if we were playing in hard mode. So let's kind of aim for that area over there. Out there, let's go back to straight. Yeah, this is a lot of cut. Almost full. Yep, I know. Thankfully, we're on easy mode. But you have to lay this line, I think, before you can even get any money coming in. You can't deliver any product. I don't know if you have to deliver coal and ore to get any money at the steel mill. To find out how that works. All right, tell you what, let's stop here and let's see where we're at height-wise. So we're here. Might add a marker. Oh, we're perfect. We're dead on. We got like half a foot to go. Excellent. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. So I just need to go back to level here in a little bit. We got like another half a foot-ish. Then we're going to have a massive cut through this hill. All right, one more section, and then boom, down back to level. Let's see how we get along with that. I like that straightaway. Get a little bit of speed. Speed, balance, momentum. Good boy. It's a lot of dirt. Slow down. Yeah, we got going too fast, I think. Or can it only... Oh, can it only remove so much dirt? That might be a thing. Let's back up a little bit. We may have to rethink this. If that's a thing, you can only remove so much dirt, then we're gonna have to use a grade and go up over this hill. I don't know if I was going too fast or if it literally just can't remove more dirt than that. We're getting into tunnel territory. All right, now we're back on level ground. All right, back to laying track mode. If we just creep forward, let's see what happens. Easy does it. Yeah, we're kind of nosing into the ground. Not sure that's how that's supposed to work. It still says we're at 0%. What's going to happen when we hit this wall up here, though? We go slow enough? Does this work? So it terraforms when it places the track down. So I think by creeping forward, I'm giving it enough time to terraform before the front wheels of the track builder start climbing the ridge. So it's slow, but it appears to be doing what I want it to do. So we have to lay track at 1 mile an hour. I could speed up time, but then I think it would be hard to regulate the speed. We're nearly through the hill, so let's just keep on doing what we're doing here. That's a big cut. Screen chat. I'll leave it on power 1. Cutting her close, but we're almost out of the woods, I think. We're through the biggest part of the hill. Look at the size of that cut. It's awesome. Yeah, we stayed on 0% grade that whole time. So there's 2 grades there. The grade is what your target is, what you're set to. And then current, of course, is your current grade of where your track layer is sitting at the moment. Okay. I think we made it. So if you want big cuts, you got to go slow. I like big cuts and I cannot lie. Okay, sorry. Somewhere over here, there's the pillars we need to match up to. Start getting a little more speed up. Yeah, you would not do that in hardcore without a lot of running back and forth, emptying dirt. Alright, let's start heading that way a little bit. So we do need to turn into the steel mill at some point. I should have checked the height while I was there, but I think we're pretty close to the right height. There they are. There's our guidance into the steel mill. I'm gonna start turning a little more aggressively. How much room do we have over here? Not much. Yeah, we didn't quite make it. We have to redo that approach. Probably should continue straight and then make a sharper turn because we got too close. Should shoot more for the end of that and then curve. It's kind of neat. It leaves like the ballast there. So it's a testimony to your mistakes. I don't know how quickly we can remove stuff. I think in the tutorial it said 10 mile an hour, so probably not much more than that. We're going to go all the way back here to the straight. And we can tell that by the radius, where it says minimum radius. Current, that's our current radius. So once that goes to infinity, basically, there we go, 0. I think we just need to switch direction. It goes back to laying track mode. Cool. All right, straightforward hoe. And when we get up here a little further, we'll start to see the little guidance pillars. There they are. All right, let's start aiming for the end of that. See if we can get this bent around. If not, we'll have to do something a little different. Forgot my minimum radius was still set for like mainline, so see if we can just bring this in. Let's get on the front row seat here. So we try to join this up. I think we're pretty much right on the height. We'll see how it looks once we connect up. Okay, we got our ILS approach on glide slope. Any flight sim fans in the house? Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. I like it. The only problem now is we're going to get ran over by a train, probably. Because I forgot to put a do not come this way. So let's get backed up. I may have to put down a turnout and get out of his way. So I think he's coming. Now that we're connected, he may be coming from the ore mine. I can lay a temporary turnout maybe and get out of his way. So we get back on the straight. Also, I need some speed limit signs. He may derail somewhere, and then he'll be stopped. Let's just go backwards until we can't anymore. I don't think I'll be able to make it to the station before he gets past there. But we're in fifth gear. This is pretty much top speed for us. I don't know if he'll stop for us. Yeah, we'll find out. I really like this cut. That's cool. Looks like a good feat of engineering. All right, I see the station, but I don't know if I'll be able to see the train. I don't know if it's even in render distance. Keep an eye on the speed controls here. The downgrade's going to help us a little bit. Can we do 20 through here? Let's find out. Definitely have to set some speed control signs over there by the steel mill. We can do that on foot. We have some protesting flanges, but other than that, might be good at 20 through here. Oh, I see him. He's almost to the station. Yeah, we're not going to beat him to the station. Because he is highballing right for us. So I need to build a turnout and get off the track, basically, is what I need to do. We've got to figure out passing tracks at some point anyway. I don't know how long the trains can get. 4 or 5 cars, maybe? I want to get here on the straight. Nope, stop too soon. He's coming up right behind me. Hopefully he doesn't smack into me. Okay, we're on straight. I forget how to... How do I put down a turnout? I forget how that works. Oh, it's probably this button right here. Which direction is that going? Doesn't really say. How do I undo that? I think that's going to the right, which is fine. Yeah, there we go. Hey! What's going on? Something is not happy. Okay, it like didn't lay the turnout, but sort of did? What's happening here? I just hit another bug. Oh, it derailed. Got it. Okay, I think I'm going to have to take control of the AI train and get him stopped somewhere. So I want the... does this tell him to stop? We can find out. Let me hop in here and get him backed up. Cool, this loco is pretty powerful. Then I'll see if I can get that turnout fixed without him back here trying to get past me. If this even works. I don't know if this works. You gonna chill? Maybe he'll chill. Shift is still not sprint. Is this just continually derailing? Well, that's lovely. Just trying to build a turnout. Was it this? No, that's re-railing. This I can get rid of. Yeah, it's just continually re-railing, so that's not ideal. So we just soft locked ourselves. Perfect. Oh, that pulls the uncouple lever. That's cool. Don't know that I can set handbrakes or anything. Well, now what? I think we're just boned. I don't know what to do now. It's just stuck. So, there you go. There's Constracktion for you. Yeah, it's just continually re-railing. Let me save and quit and see if that does anything. Otherwise, we may just be dead in the water. Well, it looks like I'm just boned. I tried pushing with the other train. I can't couple onto this train with the AI train and pull it. It just doesn't couple. Oh, did it finally do something? Oh. I did try ramming it with the AI train. Maybe that finally shook something loose. Okay, well, I was about to give up, but, yeah, maybe we're okay. We made the turnout. It is thrown. Dare I try laying track? Oh, I'm doing the wrong direction. There we go. Oh, it's not coupled up. That'd be a problem. Okay, well, everything's re-railed now, so that's a plus. Maybe ramming it with the AI train was the secret. Do these not couple automatically? No, there it goes. I thought I had done that before, apparently not. Now it's pulling them. Okay. Can we lay some track without blowing up? Maybe? I don't know if there's a facility to make passing tracks. I'm going to try to just eyeball this. Actually, just kind of need to get my train out of the way. I'm going to let the AI train do its thing. Yeah, let's bring this back to straight. I will figure out something for passing tracks. All right, when in doubt, ram your derailed train with an AI train. That seems to have shook something loose. Okay, let's go to hop off, and then in case this guy starts coming back, I need to add a wrong way sign there so he'll stop until I get back to the station. In the meantime, throw that switch. Get rid of this sign up here. And hopefully he'll be on his way to the steel mill. Oh wait, should I? No, I should go put some speed limit signs down. Make sure he's going 20 here, and then he needs to slow down even more. I think when we get over here, but we can let him go faster through here. I don't know what the max is. We'll say 40. Even has a chance to get up to 40. And then here, we need it to be back down to probably 15. Through this little S curve here. So we'll put the other guy. Did I do that right? Yeah, so slow to 15 for this curve. See, those are kind of broad. Let's make that 20, and then I think he can get through okay. When you're back over here, you can go back to like 30. Oops. Eee. See this long straightaway. Yeah, he's got a 20 there. Let's go 40 there. Slow down to 30 there as you're heading for that curve. Use time acceleration to sprint really fast. Like 10 coming into this curve. Maybe you want to get down to 5 as we head into the sharpest part. Yeah, let's have you do 5. All right, we can get rid of this guy. Yeah, once you're through here, we'll let you go back to 15. Whee! Okay, let's get this AI train on its way and see if he makes it safely to the steel mill. Where did he go? Train? Oh, did he like time out or something? Maybe he timed out. Gave up. I'm not sure what happened there. Wrong way sign. You can go away. I think he must have timed out. Does that mean I can get to the station before the next one comes along? Could run over here and throw a sign down real quick. Oh yeah, here comes another one. Okay. So let's get a sign down here and he should stop. Then I can get my train back to the station. Okay, what a journey. What a journey. I think I'll call it here. No, actually let's get a train to the steel mill before I call this video quits. That will make a good end point for whatever this was, some kind of adventure. And then I'll have to figure out something for a passing track. Right now we just have one train going over to the steel mill, but we're soon going to have 4 trains. You know, once we get all the things going, there could potentially be 4 trains going at once. We're going to have to do some traffic management. So that will probably be in the next video. I'll figure out how to make passing tracks. Get that set up. How do we get rid of this turnout? Oh, it just got rid of itself. Okay, that works. That works for me. Okay, back to the station. Did that AI train did not stop. Perfect. You just ignored the sign, huh? Okay, well, got that going for us. Now what? Don't really want to build another turnout because I'm afraid I'm going to derail again. Those only work in like certain situations or something? Why did it work before? Maybe I have to drive it or something? I don't know. Well, let me back it up to the station sign and see if it'll stop. It said push me. Okay. Fun. We'll see if that will hold there if I'm driving it. So maybe those won't work for passing settings. Some research and experimentation is called for. So I want to get this track builder back over here and in the siding. That's what I want to do. Yeah, see, they've got a do not enter sign there, which that's what made me think I could do passing settings that way. I don't know. So there's my do not enter sign. Maybe because it was too close to the turnout or something. We'll see if he stays put. Okay, let's pretend like he's gonna stay put. And we can get my train out of the way. Alright, let's get rid of these. Direction is backwards. Excellent. Okay, we were shifting gears. He is still sitting over there. Go 4x speed. Switch the switch. It popped in just in time. Okay, let's throw the switch, which you can just click on these if you didn't know. Let's get rid of the sign. Hopefully you get a train down to the steel mill. Been a long time coming. Resetting. Whoa, there he goes. Whee! Look at him go. All right, let's head over to the steel mill and actually let's kind of look through this corner. See how it gets along. Like he's obeying the speed limits. Coming through the cut. Very nice. Coming through the big cut. Even nicer. Through the curves. He is obeying the speed limit signs. Perfect. All right, you're on the home stretch, buddy. Look how perfectly that level is. That's awesome. Train at the steel mill. Look at that. Do I get any money? I've got 10K now instead of 5K. So maybe I got some money. Save that before I forget. Oh, this menu system. Well, we did it. We connected the steel mill to an ore mine. Is that an achievement? Let's go look on the achievements. Map completed. No, that's... What? I'm confused. That's the stuff from the old map. Okay. This game's a little rough around the edges, but anyhow, this video's gone on long enough. We got the steel mill connected. I'm happy with that. We'll continue working on map 2 in the next video. Thanks as always for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.